A law designed to prevent parents from becoming the victims of international parental abductions is a step closer to reality here this noon.
You know, a local father, all too familiar with the unimaginable heartache of losing a child overseas, co-authored the legislation. Randy Collins has not seen his son, Keisuke, in 4 years. Keisuke was born in Santa Ana, but 4 years ago, the boy's mother took him to Japan. Collins says it was a violation of court order, but Keisuke's mom did it anyway.
Now, Randy Collins has helped author a new California bill aimed at preventing it from happening to other families. It unanimously passed the state assembly yesterday, and it now heads back to the Senate for tweaks, and Collins hopes then on to the governor's desk.
Well, Randy Collins is in the studio with us, and thank you so much for joining us. This has got to be incredibly tough to talk about, but it looks like you're trying to at least empower other parents. You have a picture of your child with you. I know, I see it right there. At what point did you realize he's gone?
June 19th of 2008. I was supposed to pick him up, and there was no answer. Actually, 3 days later, or 3 days before that, I'd gotten a phone call from her saying that my son Keisuke was not feeling well and that we would make it up another day, talk to you later. We came to find out later she made that phone call from the Seattle airport and had already started her fleeing of the country. 3 days before that, on Friday, where the judge issued an order that she was to turn over the passports and not to leave the state, the county, or the country.
So now your journey begins. Talk about the legislation.
Legislation SB 1206, Keisuke's law, will put up parameters that will help to prevent the abductions from happening as often as they do. Unfortunately, it's far more prevalent than people realize.
It's extremely prevalent, and not just people fleeing overseas, but you can lose yourself in the United States fairly easily if you want to.
Well, just in Orange County alone last year, there were 60 cases of parental abductions representing 83 children. And that's just one county in one state. This bill will help to relieve, it'll again put up parameters. It also is the first of its kind in the nation that will allow the seizing of assets of the abductor.
But how can this, how does this bill, how would it offset what happened to you and Keisuke? What would it have put up that would have blocked your ex-wife from doing this?
A couple things. Number one, there's a form in the state of California called FL 341B, which is a checklist. And if you get down to number 7, it states there where the judge is to say you cannot obtain any new passports, cannot obtain any new school records, and no more birth certificates. If that box is checked, the judge has several things that they can order. One of them is to put up a bond. Mm-hmm. That usually deters everybody, especially from a monetary standpoint. So that would have helped. The seizing of assets. In my case, my in-laws and her have a property in Bakersfield that's owned free and clear. Even though they're not here in the United States, that would have been a seizable asset. So any real or personal property that they would have, after a certain amount of time, those assets can be seized.
So you're co-authoring a bill here, but this bill is not going to help you in your case.
Correct. Right. I'm a co-founder of an organization called BAC Home, and we're all parents of children who have been abducted, mainly to Japan, because Japan is the #1 offender of international parental abductions in the world. No child has ever been returned from Japan.
Is that because of the government itself over there?
Part of it. It's the Japanese government has been saying since 1980 they were going to sign the Hague Convention Treaty on the Civil Aspects of the Child. Even as recently as last year, they said they were going to sign it in March of this year. They're not going to sign it. We don't believe they're ever going to sign it. But in the meantime, whatever we can do to prevent other parents of having to go through what we've gone through, anything we can do to help.
All right, Randy, thank you so much for being here. And of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on that bill. And again, thank you for being here.
And God bless you. I really hope you get your little boy back soon.
That's what I pray every day.
All right, I bet you do. Thank you.